Clashers, this is your host Jedox, and thank you for spending some minutes of your day to see some awesome attacks here. And in today's episode we are gonna be showing you some loot, raids, and one close call in our recent clan wars. So let's move on to the first attack for today. And when I was searching for a good base to attack, I came across with this unusual base. I just couldn't believe my eyes. I just found a base with 400,000 loot of each gold and elixir. And as you can see, I started the raid by dropping my wall breakers to break through these walls. And then I started dropping my own troops, barbarians. First, one heal spell down to heal them up because that wizard tower could be a problem, and then started to drop my archers behind them. Then I dropped my king on the top of the screen, and I dropped that last healing spell to keep those barbarians alive, so this raid could go properly. After this, I used the Barbarian King's Iron Fist to rage all the barbarians that were in that area, so the buildings could be destroyed faster. As the Barbarian King went down, I had some archers left to get those last points of loot in this raid. At this point I had no reason to continue this raid, but I thought why not to get those 33 points of Dark Elixir. And then I wrapped up this raid with 400,000 loot of each, gold and elixir. Now let's pass on to another attack. And this was a normal inactive one, which had 300,000 loot of each. And I started dropping my archers and barbarians to collect the loot. As you can see, my strategy is dropping the barbarians first to distract and then the archers behind, so they cannot be killed, because the barbarians are distracting the defenses. So at this point I was making sure that every single point of elixir and gold that was in collectors and mines goes to my side. And then I started facing with the Barbarian King level 2. So he wasn't a big deal, and I continued normally the raid. Now I dropped a lighting spell on the Dark Elixir storage because I wanted some Dark Elixir too. And then I used the rest of my troops to turn down the town hall. Now we will move on to the clan war attack, and it was done by me, and I was using 36 level 1 Hog Riders against the Town Hall 9 with both X-bows set to ground. Now you will think that it is impossible to me to get 50%, but I was studying for hours to get the 50% here with the Hog Rider attack. And I checked for giant bombs, and then I dropped all of my Hog Riders on the right bottom of the screen. I dropped the first healing spell because they were only level 1 and they couldn't resist to the damage. Then the second and the third healing spell, and I was hoping that only the 50% of the defensive structures here were going to be down. As the Hog Riders were going down one by one, I saw damage to the X-bows, and I was able only to get one of them, and the other just barely survived. Then I started dropping my wizards in the right bottom of the screen because there was the area without defensive structures. Then the Clan Castle wizards. After that I dropped my king, and I hoped that this raid could go well. Unfortunately, the X-bow started doing damage to my king, but I tried to be patient there, and I waited to use that Iron Fist ability. The wizards were behind the king, and this was a good thing because the king was behaving like a bodyguard for them. So at this point 46%, 47%, really close. The king's dead, so the wizard's going down pretty quickly at this point. Now we have 2 skeletons left and 1 single wizard in the right side of this village. Now it's time to ask 49% or 50%. Will the wizard go through that gold mine? Let's see what happens. So the skeletons continue their way, the wizard goes back, wipe out the skeletons and get down that gold mine. And just barely 50%, I couldn't believe my eyes that that wizard did that thing. The most heroic wizard this war. So this was the video for today, guys. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and I will see you soon with more total destructions. Keep on clashing!